redditors who post nudes of themselves on the internet. Do you ever worry about being caught? If this has happened to you, what was the aftermath? I knew someone from school that didn't really mind when people saw her naked. She even liked showing off. It got to a point where she started making money off of posting nudes online. Casual nudes. Not very explicit. I never really thought about it and never found it weird because I was used to seeing her naked. But years later it dawned on me that when she started uploading she was still underage. When I looked her up I noticed she deleted all her accounts and had basically zero online presence. So I asked a friend we had in common what happened to her. Well, she got extremely paranoid once some people pointed out that she was in fact underage and some of her accounts got deleted and reported. So she basically disappeared from the internet. Looking back from an outside perspective, my town and friends were kinda weird. But we didn't know better. I do worry about my parents finding out. But I'm mostly worried about my boss seeing. Might get a raise too. All I've done is post my penis. I told some of my friends that I did it and a few of them actually went and looked. The picture was taken in a way I wouldn't be easily identifiable. Nice cock, bro. I used to sell nude photos and videos of me from 1998 to 2002 or so. We were extremely poor and lots of horny men were willing to pay me to play on cam, send them photos, etc. In 2002, a coworker of mine asked me to go to lunch with him one day. At lunch he told me he'd been to a party and he and a bunch of other guys were looking at PRN and saw a photo of me sucking myself. He was a closeted gay man who was very involved in his local church. So he wasn't about to share what he found how he found it. Which was good. Because it would have ruined my life at the time. Only thing he did was proposition me. But I politely declined. That was the end of it. Thankfully. I was terrified when I first started. Then got so lax to the point where I would check my DMs while I was on campus. It made me so mad when people would try to guess who I was. No one ever got it right. But a lot of people seemed like they were trying to guess under the premise of blackmail. Just enjoy the nudes. Don't be a dick and ruin it for all parties. I was 15 and took part in a naked longboarding run to impress an older girl. Didn't know that there'd be photographers from the media covering the event but I did it anyway. It's been about a decade and a half since then but if you Google my uncommon name and filter through social media results, you'll see my uncensored underage penis with a bunch of other naked dudes bombing down this hill. A friend of mine once mentioned it but he's a bit weird and spends his time googling people anyway. I have found at least 3 of my friends, all M2, posting nudes on Reddit. I haven't told any of them ever but I don't think they care. Edit. For those of you asking. I was perusing my local Gone Wild and R4R subs when I saw them. Just be a bro and comment nice cock. I didn't post them myself. But my phone got stolen and was linked to my Facebook account. So whoever stole it posted nudes and kinky pictures to my profile. I woke up to my roommate banging on my door. Because my f-king uncle saw them on Facebook and called my mom who called my roommate. It was not a good day. I will say my mom and stepdad were awesome about it. Didn't shame me and just asked if I wanted them to come to my city and take care of me. I was enraged that someone did that on top of stealing my phone. I used the Find My iPhone app to track it within a couple blocks radius and knocked on doors with no success on a rainy day. Ended up destroying my umbrella in a fit of rage. The pictures were flagged and removed from Facebook before I woke up. But they were obscene. And definitely not images I wanted my extended family to see. Edit deleting due to privacy. Thank you for all that was said. Sorry I didn't reply to anyone. Overwhelming amount of comments. I actually got caught by my mother once. She just said to be careful and that I shouldn't do that. I'm not worried if my friends find it but I'm worried my patients would find my videos. It would make saying say a little awkward. Used to post videos of myself jerking off on tube. With face and general location, state I live in. being single, gay, and living in a state with a low population. I was hoping someone local would see it and be interested. I was also a local musician, and one time when I was at a show, a security guard who I had seen around before came up to me while the music was playing and whispered in my ear that he had seen my videos, thought I was hot, and asked if I wanted to go make out in the back. I was completely caught off guard and shocked, as I didn't think it was possible for my worlds to collide like that. All I managed to respond was sure. And we did. I later added him on Facebook and found out he had a wife and kids. Definitely was not expecting that. Hey, I saw you online. Like on Facebook? No. Where then? Butchapeas. Butchapeas? Asterisk. It was a long weekend. Aha. Why did I click that? If people found me attractive enough to even want to look at me nude online, I'd call that a win. Used to post on Pornhub and make vids for the FCK of it. Been recognized on like 2 dating sites, which was anxiety inducing. Also, my ex-BF and his friend found my account, which I kind of forgot about and he was kind of bummed about. He let it go, but it was used against me a couple of times. So that sucked. A reminder to not use the same username for any accounts, especially PHLOL. If y'all could comment on the profile you post your nudes on, that would be very much appreciated for research or something. Edit. Wow, lots of titties in this thread. Big fan. Keep fighting the good fight, ladies and gents. I'm actually thinking of making an alt account to do so. But then if someone finds that alt account and finds out who I am IRL, well, I hope they're impressed. Because I certainly have nothing to be ashamed of. Edit. Well, the comments are expected. I wonder how many people don't realize I'm a guy. Though? Oh no. Someone at work might see my dick and I'll have to find a new minimum wage job that I hate coming to every day. I do. Not under this username. I am a woman working in a professional role. There's no chance my parents would find them. I keep my face out of most of them. My friends wouldn't care, and what's some guy from work who recognizes me going to do? Go to HR and say Osai was looking at PRN subreddits and saw Spike clearly in her own house and not representing her work? It's fun. It makes me feel good. Eater. While I appreciate the concern about my job, future relationships, immortal soul, etc., I am a grown up. And yes, I have considered these points long before you showed up to try and point them out to me today. I still did it. I'm not going to elaborate on my individual circumstances or my cost-benefit analysis. Eater 2. Please don't waste your time DMing me. I won't be telling you my username or what subs I post in. Eater 3. For the love of FCK. Stop with the unsolicited advice. I don't know what kind of weirdo psychopaths you work with, but it doesn't apply to my situation. Nah, not really. Plus, some people already know I like my body and it makes me happy to show it off. All of my close friends, family know and don't care. Most were actually supportive. An ex of mine took SZUL recordings of me without my consent and posted them online. I saw the videos saved on his computer and he confessed after breaking up that he posted them but refused to tell me where. I'm terrified of my family and or patients finding them. Edit. So I just woke up and holy shit. Thank you all for all of the support. It honestly means so much. I said in one of the comments that I wouldn't report you to blackmail. And I'm sorry to disappoint, but this still stands. In short, he would and has threatened to out my sexuality to my family, which would 100% lead to me being disowned and pushed out. Something I'm not financially or emotionally ready for. I honestly appreciate all the advice and love you all. And I hope one day I'll be ready to do something about this. Does he know that if you file a police complaint and they decide to do a deep dive on his system, everything on it becomes fair game? I only share nudes if I look hot in them. That way I'll be less worried about being embarrassed. Plus, best not to show your face in the nude anyhow. No. Because male nudes are zero value and nobody will do anything with them. The only thing that might be embarrassing would be someone picking up my phone and seeing my dick pics. But that was before I blocked it with a password. I can't be the only one clicking on everyone's username to see their posts. Nah. I'm very confident with my body and have set up a lot of safety nets in case someone has a bad reaction to finding it. I haven't posted much recently. But even if a friend said they'd found me, I wouldn't mind much. Sometimes I feel like it could be interesting if someone did find out honestly. There was one time that I was messaging a professor whose university and the subject he taught had way too much in common with the one I attend and what I study. But that's the closest I've ever come to getting found out, and I would sometimes take photos in the university itself, so if no one found out from that, I doubt they ever will. In the gay community, there are so many penises and asses out there. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Lol. I suppose that's why with us, it's less controversial or a big deal. On that note, I really don't care if people were to find my nudes. As long as no one is making money off my images, I am good with that. I'm not ever gonna run for office or be famous. And my family has dealt with plenty worse in regards to my past behaviors. I had this happen a while back. I posted nudes on a few niche NSFW subreddits and a guy friend found them. I realized all of my posts would always have this one user commenting. So I figured he was subscribed to my profile and I looked through his. Pretty quickly realized it was a friend of mine from college that I was still good friends with. Like, text and snap everyday levels of friend. I called him out by messaging him one of the more explicit comments he'd made about what he wanted to do to me. And he was super embarrassed and apologized for not telling me. The pics didn't have my face or tats in them. Apparently he'd recognized me from a piece of jewelry and never said anything. Ordinarily I wouldn't have cared, but he was dating my best friend at the time, so I thought it was kinda messed up for him to be commenting Azul stuff on my pics while he was with her. They ended up breaking up and his infidelity was a major contributing factor. Personally, I dream of being caught. It's worse when nobody cares. My OnlyFans is only being followed by my proctologist and therapist. JK. I wouldn't wish that horror on my worst enemy. You block out your face if you are smart enough. No, yo, roll the dice and show your face and ID card. I'm more interested in hearing from those in our Teachers Gone Wild. Now a dude in college studying to be a teacher. I totally believe in teachers having a sex life outside of school. But that sub almost feels wrong. Like they're fetishizing their teachers. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. It's kinda like that one guy jerking off in his classroom and filming it. Just gnarly. Have as much sex as you want. Just not in school. Back when I was a sad and lonely queer 14-year-old boy, I recorded a lot of videos of myself wanking and sticking things in my ass for another teenager who would send me incredibly hot pics of himself but could never get his webcam working. Looking back, it's pretty obvious it was some older guy. But I wanted to believe. There weren't really any negative consequences, but I do sometimes think about the fact that there are probably videos of me in illegal child PRN databases worldwide. I'm terrified of the possible day where I find a sex tape of someone in my family. But pretty f***ing excited for the possible day I find one of someone I know who I'm not related to. I used to on Discord until my mother found some super Azul messages which opted me being banned from Discord. She saw a nude of my dick after coming. And then what? Don't leave us hanging. Did you break both your arms after that, or? I don't post nudes. But I have left thirsty pics and comments, and anyone who knew me would be able to identify me. I don't post nudes. Most recent post is a PSSY pic. Nice. I really used to be scared of this, but at the end of the day, who cares? Everybody FCKS. A lot send pictures and it's a very normal thing to do, and FCK anyone who has a problem with it. Your guardians wiped your ass, they can see it again. I mean, sure, be a little embarrassed when your gran sees you take a horse DLDO and you're behind, but that's on her for never trying it. She don't know they kinda shitty the young folk do. Everybody FCKS. I resent that statement. No, not really. It's a if it happens kind of deal. I'm not worried about it now. But I'm sure if I knew someone close to me saw them, I'd be pretty damn embarrassed. Really betting on that not happening though. I don't worry about getting caught since most people who know me would honestly probably expect it and have already seen my tits anyways. And now Op has all the NSFW posters accounts for his spank bank. What a genius. I do it to promote my OnlyFans. And it is actually kinda scary. I wouldn't mind if my friends found out. But I would be devastated if my family knew. Yet again. I know my cousin does stuff. Her family doesn't know but I do know. It's a secret and I respect her decision. Not planning to snitch at her and I won't mind at all. In terms of being attracted at her content. Not really. Probably because I know she is a relative. That's awful. Who is she? I once had an ex-GF post my nudes on her Facebook as some sort of revenge. Lucky for me. I work out and only take nudes when I'm cut and lean. So essentially I just got to show off how hot I am to everyone I knew. Without having to look like I'm attention whoring. At first my boyfriend was cool with it because I was getting money, but when he realized that I actually had to communicate with said contributors he wasn't too keen on it. I know my content is out there on multiple sites and profiles, but the only solace I have is that I was somewhat cautious enough to block my state. I only get nervous thinking some creepy guy might come into my work and recognize me since I never blurred anything. I tell most people about that part of my past anyways and they find humor in some of the requests guys would want that were wild. I have a whole ass Pornhub account on Mayo. I sincerely dare anyone I know to admit they watched me get railed harder than a train track. I've sent a lot of nudes to people. And posted them on public sites as well, Reddit too. With an old account. To save you the clicks. But the only time I was ever recognized was when a real life lover posted an artistic picture of me on Facebook and a friend who had also seen me in the nude before did the math. Honestly not too bothered by it. But then I'm kinda exhibitionistic. I don't really care. I'm an adult. And like everyone said, it's just one dick in the void and it kinda helps me channel some things to do it. While not inconveniencing anyone. That and I get the impression that Reddit ain't that popular where I'm from. What does embarrass me is the things I write. And I keep deleting them. I'm not very articulate while I'm in this account lol. Nice cock bro. So this is a common fear. But what are the circumstances of someone confronting you? Hey, I saw your nude pics online. You were looking for nude pictures of me? I worry a little about being caught sometimes due to my nature and it won't be nice. Since I also have a family too, but at least the good thing is that my husband is old school. Why is it that things that are haram feel so halal? I used to worry about it a lot but no anymore. I'm comfortable with my body. I leave all my nudes in a folder clearly marked nudes because I don't care if you see my junk, but I don't want someone who doesn't want to see them stumbling on them by accident. Nice try UPMME, lovely boobs, I see what you're doing there. An ex-girlfriend posted a video of us and some of her friends found it. They tried to sleep with me afterwards. You lucky FCK. I actually just made an alternate account just for posting nudes. I've been unemployed for 4 months and am hoping OnlyFans can bring in some extra cash. The catch is I have lots of tattoos, so if someone I knew saw them I'd be recognized for sure, I'm guessing. I'm not too worried as I doubt it will affect my professional life, or lack of one ATM, and if someone I know sees my boobies. Whatever. I'm just here to check out everyone's profile who comments. TBH, I really don't worry. Because I've made sure to exclude identifiable elements. I don't show my face. And I edit the photos to cover my tattoo. I've considered posting more vulnerable, I'd-able images. But the fear of ruining my future career deters me.